Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing and listening to Montenegro's song that is going towards Eurovision 2026. So the winner of Montesong this year, Tamara Živković with Zora. So if you're new here, my name is Rachel and I'm a musician, and I react to songs that win national finals and get selected internally that are going towards Eurovision this year. So I'm excited to listen to this one for the first time, so please stay tuned to the end. I'll score the song out of 10 and give a bit of musical analysis and commentary, as per usual, how we do it on this channel. So Montenegro is back and I'm excited to hear what they've brought to the table this year. So without further ado guys, I think we're just going to get straight into the reaction. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I make plenty of content just like this where I react to so many different songs in so many different languages. So let's get straight into the reaction. Bit of pulsating synths there. We're getting sort of a house techno vibe. Here we go. Interesting. Quite similar to Albania there, with that sort of choral backing vocals. Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the things, I'm just going to pause it. One of the things I think is one of my pet peeves is when there's sort of vocal chops going on and then there's miming over that. I just think you have to be quite picky when you're doing a performance of what you're kind of going to sing and what you're not going to sing, because there's clearly stuff in the backing track which is not live vocal. So that's just one of my pet peeves, but let's just let this carry on a little bit longer. Okay. I like the sort of interjection of the choral vocals in there, in this mix. It's cool. Right. So this has taken a bit of a turn, which I quite like. It feels like very forward thinking in terms of the techno sort of EDM sound in there, and I like how they blended in the choral bits into that kind of breakdown section. So there's a bit of consistency in the track so far. And yeah, it's quite similar in the sense of what Albania did with having those sort of like very chanting choral backing singers, which just makes this feel a little bit more grand and elevated. So yeah, it's interesting so far. I'm not sure if it's sort of the flavour of what I like to go for usually, but yeah, it seems like it has a punch to it, a bit of a bite, which is good. So let's see how the song develops. So native language. Yeah, it's quite punchy, definitely. Oh, is that English as well? That's cool. It's a very high energy sort of choreography here. Yeah, that bit's quite catchy there. Cool. Some of these sounds are a little bit dated. That was pretty good. I think that high note there was slightly strained. It was correct in the note it went for, but there was just a lot of tension in the voice. But it is an effective note to use in the song, so that's quite good. Let's close it out. That part of the backing vocal is catchy. Yeah, it's a really cool breakdown. It's like slightly dated, but there is some kind of redeeming qualities. Cool. Wow, that is quite different from Montenegro. Honestly, I didn't really know quite what to expect with that one, but yeah, it was pleasantly surprising in some areas. I think my overall kind of feeling sort of after that is quite tepid though. I don't feel excited after listening to it. It has its merits, it has its strong points. I think the vocals in places were really good, effective and raw actually in parts, especially when it was more whispery and spoken, quite a dark energy about it, but I'm not quite sure kind of throughout the song it had me completely gripped. And I think there's a couple of things I definitely wasn't too pleased about with the staging and the backing dancers miming when they didn't have microphones on and were clearly not miming in time to the music. I think that cheapens the look of it too. I think you've got to really kind of get that super solid and really in sync with each other, everything slick, if you're going to kind of go for that sort of look. But I feel like that's something they have time to work on anyway. So that's just something I picked up on. But yeah, there's really cool elements in there. The choir kind of chanty choral thing that Albania also had, it really darkens the mood and it makes it much more sort of gritty, which I like, and I thought kind of propelled the song really well in this case. But yeah, I just feel slightly underwhelmed, a bit tepid with some of the parts of the EDM side of it. There were some clever things they did in there, but then there was also things that had a sort of dated sense to them, and felt like something I've heard before at Eurovision or something I've heard before clubbing 10 years ago. Like it's just not anything groundbreaking for me. So I think in conclusion with all of those points, I would give that probably a 6 out of 10. And we'll see how that kind of develops over time. But yeah, I'm not completely blown away by that, but it is very different from Montenegro and I'm interested to see how that does for them. But yeah, I think I can't really give that any higher of a score than I have. But let me know your thoughts, of course, down below on this one. What do you think? Is this kind of in the same direction as they had in 2013, which is actually one of my favourites of Montenegro's? Are you kind of thinking, is this a non-starter? I don't know, but let me know. I'm always interested to see what your comments are. So in the meantime, stay tuned. I'm going to be next listening to the lineup for Benidorm Fest, which I'm really excited about, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys very soon. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.